Welcome to 108 Gates. We're doing the Divine Masculine reading. Hope you are well. Things are heating up. It feels that some things are getting a bit tender. Some things are getting a bit close to the bone. The rawness is intensifying. The ability to kind of just take a step back doesn't feel as easy with some things. So, as calmly as possible, let's move forward. So we've got strength. More effort will get you what you want. So really taking that time to step back when you feel like you're able to just fly off the handle a little bit easier than usual, or a little bit with a bit more ferocity than usual. Just taking that effort, taking that time to just slow right down and collect self, remove self from the thing that's triggering, if possible. Realization, the answer is here. So the more you're getting aggravated about things, interestingly, it's about are you actually angry about that particular action or towards that particular person, or is it that you're unable to direct it to where it's supposed to go, therefore it's indirectly coming out somewhere else or in a different way? So for example, you're a bit peed off at someone and you're in traffic. This is just an example, like transferring the anger, then something, or there's a traffic jam or something like that, and you're getting really, really angry at the traffic jam. You're not actually angry at the traffic, but you're getting and you're responding to the anger as if it is the traffic that's annoying you and making you angry. But really, it's that underlying thing that you're angry about, that you're annoyed about. Exploring that will help, because that is where your answer is. That will give you an indicator of what's actually annoying you, what's actually making you feel angry and annoyed, to the point of kind of not being able to pull self back, or not wanting to pull self back. Interesting. So health, focus on parts to make the whole. It feels as though this may have been detrimental on some level to your well-being. It may have been detrimental to your overall perspective of certain things. It may have held you back from doing more, because if you're exhausted fighting this battle, exhausted fighting that battle, picking up bad habits to numb it and to ignore it, it's not going to be the best on your health. So if you're doing that work to remove these things, you're going to see an impact on your health. It's going to be better for your health. It's going to be easier to manage certain things. It's going to be easier to identify when the things are impacting you in a negative manner, and to not go down that path, basically. So you got 5 of coins. Feeling left out of things, feeling as though you on the side of things, feeling like you're doing the work, you're putting stuff in, and you're just not winning. You're kind of, it feels a bit like you're the energy's running backwards on some level. So it's kind of like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Interesting. So 4 of cups. Not being, so therefore it keeps you away from that opportunity. It keeps you away from that stuff that you really want to get your hands on. It keeps you away from making those promises to yourself a reality. It keeps you away from making those dreams come true. It just seems to be holding the cup at a distance and not allowing you to get to it, not allowing you to touch it. Interesting, because it feels like there's a lot of cognitive dissonance. There needs to be a lot of shifting in the cognitive approach to this. So Queen of Serpents, go into your higher value, go into your emotional net worth, if that makes sense. See yourself as worthy, see yourself as valid and able to achieve certain things, able to receive certain things. What do you need to receive and what do you need to let go of? Right, this was flip-floppy. 6 of Swords. So feeling left out of certain things, and then 6 of Swords. So what this is feeling like and coming out as is there's certain places where you wanted to be in and you wanted to be a part of, but actually seeing now you're better off without it. You're kind of being in divine protection from not being included in certain areas or with certain people. So see the blessing go towards the Six of Swords, sorry, being that thing of you leave behind the conflict, you leave behind those things that are not beneficial for you, to go into a more steady, suitable, appropriate context. So letting the crumbling sword go to the solid sword, which is actually beneficial for you and works for you. So therefore, this is where again you access the cup that's floating there. It feels like, and I don't know why this is coming in, this is definitely going to be relevant for someone, and if it is, 108gate@gmail.com. Let me know in the email, because this is a very interesting image I'm seeing. So it's like typing in a code, or you're punching in a code, and it's like a programming or data programming or something like that. So it's but it's like it's a function. There's a particular function. So it is like programming. So to be able to release self from over here, it enables, through the punching of the code, through the activation of a code, to release and release the cup from where it's being held from, and to be able to receive it. It's very methodical. It's very interesting. Really digging that vibe. If that's you, please let me know. You don't have to do it in the box below. You can do it by email, 108gate@gmail.com. And that's also the email if you want private readings to use as well. So let's keep going. That's a very... There's a lot of action there. There's a lot of activations going on there. There's a lot of disconnection going on there. So doing that, I can just see the hand and different codes coming up, and interesting. You have what's in your you have the ability to do it, whoever this is, to be able to disconnect from something and then activate something else. But it has to be disconnected, released, to be able to then have that released and be receptive to that and be able to see that. Very matter of fact, very practical, very interesting. There you go. So walking away from something, allow yourself to walk away from the Five of Cups, feeling like you're outside of something. You're not. You're actually being protected. So when you've been trying to knock on that door, you've been trying to get into a certain thing, just to let it go. Because when you realise and you acknowledge that you don't actually know what people are going through, you don't actually know what's happening behind closed doors, you don't know what's happening behind their eyes, you don't know what's happening psychologically, emotionally, financially with certain people. So therefore, count your blessings. Page of Pentacles, count your blessings and realign where you're investing, realign where you're wanting to focus. Really loving this energy. Didn't expect it to go like this, because it was quite not aggressive, but it was quite angry and annoyed. But if you recalibrate and you redirect that anger and frustration, it's going to work for your benefit. It can work for your benefit, and it should work for your benefit. Because then you read it. Where am I getting angry? Where am I getting frustrated? Read it. How do I switch this around? Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. It literally is like instant gratification, like healthy gratification. It's instant awareness of like, right, I've just been giving myself pennies and halfpennies here. Not that we have halfpennies, but when I should be actually going for the bigger picture, I should be going for the bigger win, I should be going for the bigger investments. I've just been playing so small that I hadn't even realised that there's a bigger picture than the bigger picture. My bigger picture wasn't big enough. Interesting. So again, seeing that cup, when you're seeing that cup as not accessible, not available for self, I don't know why the cards are doing that. They're literally like revealing the cup, revealing that you already have 3 cups. Remember that you have those 3 cups that are stacked, and now you've got the 4th one to bring in. What have you salvaged? What have you allowed yourself to have come in? What more is available to receive? I can feel that the Divine Feminine reading is really pushing to be... There you go, Divine Feminine, Empress. I could really feel that with the Queen of Serpents. So it's feel the bigger picture, see the bigger picture from a different perspective. Let go of the things that you feel, I need to be in a part of this, I'm disappointed I'm not a part of that, I'm disappointed that this is not working for me, that's not working for me. Switch it. Understand that on some level, even if you're consciously aware of it or not, you're being protected. I know this has come up many times before. Well, so just looking at the astrology right now, we've got the Sun at 22 degrees Capricorn and Pluto's at 29. So at some point the Sun soon is going to be going over Pluto, and then it won't happen like that for quite a while in that spot, which I know that on some level it's true for a lot of things, but it just feels significant and quite prominent. Mercury is at 29 Sagittarius, Venus is at 17 Sagittarius. So Mars is now in let me just get the chart, sorry, it's just updated. Mars is at 6 Capricorn, so it's really it feels like it's making slow progress, but it's not making slow progress because it's Mars, so it's quite a faster moving planet. The thing is, because there's so much shifting and changing, you've got to allow for the shifts and changes to happen. So this makes sense as to not to focus on where you felt left out, but feel more so into where do you want to go? Where do you feel you belong? Page of Cups. Lovingly. Well, okay. Woo! So tying yourself up in knots, cut that down with love, cut that down and let that go with love. You may have got yourself stuck in certain situations, and what I mean by that is you've been pushing yourself into certain groups, pushing yourself into certain situations, for so long that you've actually it's like walking into a swampy kind of field for so long, and then you kind of like, right, I can't do this anymore, I don't know how much further I have to go to actually get out the field. So you stop and look around, and you're actually like dot in the middle of the swampy field. So it doesn't matter which way you go now, you have to just keep going to be able to get out, because you've gone too far in to be able to just backtrack. So it's kind of like, which way do I go now? I'm so far in, I'm so far invested, I'm so deeply entangled, I can't really leave at this point unless I grew wings and flew out, but you can't do that. So it's now understanding that there's certain things you've just been hammering, trying to get in, trying to shift and change to be included in a particular thing, which actually has been detrimental to yourself. So lovingly forgiving yourself, lovingly understanding that this is not for me, this is not the place for me, this is not the group for me, this is not where I'm supposed to be focusing for my longer term and a bigger picture. So I have to retract myself from here, I have to retreat from here, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going back to go forward. It might mean that you have to keep going forward now to come out the other end, because you don't really know in relation to where is the exit. You don't really know where you are interested, so you've got to see something through now, or you've got to see something through in a different way to be able to bring in, interestingly, justice. You've got to now justify what certain things you're doing. You've got to bring in that justice of you've put so much effort into I've got to be a part of this, I've got to be doing this, I've got to be doing that, I need this relationship, I need that kind of this and that and the other, and it's like, what are you actually doing it for? Whose standards are you setting this at? What is the purpose of this? What lies have you been telling yourself? What things have you been told that you should be adhering to this and this and that and the other, and you told yourself then, I have to because I've been told to, and therefore you've been pushing forward in a place which you didn't belong. That's quite an intense energy. So letting that, sitting with that, to be honest, because it's not an easy one to unravel. Definitely will be watching this one again. Yeah, right. So I hope that helped. I'm going to wrap it up now. So like I said, 108gate@gmail.com if you wanted a private reading or Reiki, or private reading and Reiki. So yeah, I'm in GMT time zone. So for now, enjoy this process, I guess. Peace and love.